innocent and unarmed citizens were killed by the Liberia National Police. So to begin with, we will have introduction of those who are seated with me on this platform. I'm Honorable Elias Sharif, and I serve as shot and killed by the Liberia National Police. So you will listen to the others for self-introduction, then we will proceed into the press statement. So thank you. To start with, on the right, the name and who you represent. The name and
well, my name is Harris Mobadakula. My nephew got killed in Kinjor on February 20th. That's why I'm here.
My name is Yada Masali, the elder sister of Esa Masali, who was killed by the police in Kinjor.
Okay, with the introductions now been made, we go straight to the press. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to the Liberian people. A special good afternoon to members of the Fourth Estate present here today. We want to say thanks to every one of you for gracing this press conference and for dutifully committing yourselves to elevate our story. For better working conditions for employees, just benefits, and a genuine call for the company to live up to its social corporate responsibility. As you may be aware, this peaceful assembly turned into a bloodbath as the Liberia National Police, representing the interest of the Beer Mountain Mining Corporation, located in Kinjor, Connect District, Grand Cape County, gruesomely killed 3 peaceful and unarmed citizens on February 29, 2024. The likes of Isa Masalin, age 28, and Ibrahim Kepula, age 21, and another person was shot with live bullets in their backs while escaping the police use of brutal force. It's about the right to life and safety. It stresses that everyone is entitled to respect for his or her life and safety. It also states that no one may be arbitrarily deprived of their right to life. The use of excessive force is condemned, especially when used against peaceful and unarmed protesters, placards holding protesters, onlookers, bystanders, etc. An investigation conducted by the Professional Standard Department of the Liberia National Police exonerates itself by justifying the fatal shooting of 3 peaceful and unarmed citizens by stating that the use of lethal force was necessary. The arbiter of justice, the outcome of this. It is unthinkable and unreasonable for the police to justify the taking away of lives of those unarmed citizens, especially when taxpayers' money are used to have them trained in order to protect lives and properties. We are convinced that the police used disproportionate force that resulted in the death of the 3 unarmed citizens. Evidences in our possession point to the fact that 2 of the 3 victims were shot in their backs. How can people who posed severe threat to the lives or possible bodily injury of police officers cannot be facing them while they were killed, but had to be running away? In simple thing, those victims were unarmed, vulnerable, recklessly running away from the police when they literally gunned them down. The police report is a futile attempt to incriminate those unarmed citizens who were butchered by them. The prudent thing to be done by the police is to turn over Chief Superintendent Clinton Morris, Superintendent Spencer Tama, Chief Inspector Ezekiel J. Doe, and Chief Inspector Marcus C. Zolle, who all admitted to discharging their weapons to face justice than to pretend of Booker's report of having them exonerated. Additionally, we are calling upon the Liberia National Police to disrupt with immediate effect and prosecute the newly promoted Deputy Police Commissioner, Amos Williams, who served as commander during the operation in Kinjor and gave the order to indiscriminately shoot and kill unarmed citizens. We do hereby question the professional integrity, impartiality, and independence of the police report. The police killed innocent people while representing the BL Mountain Mining Corporation, investigated themselves, and came out with a bogus report. For the record, let me state, the police report is irresponsible, reckless, and can be considered as a compromised tract. To repeat, the police report is irresponsible, reckless, and can be considered as a compromised tract. This report is totally insensitive and heartless. We are calling for an independent forensic investigation to establish the authenticity of what occurred on that fateful day of February 29, and also demanding the government of Liberia to facilitate the conduct of an independent autopsy on the two dead bodies of Isa Masale and Abraham Kekula that are yet to be buried. We are also calling the attention of the international community through their embassies for diplomatic missions located near Monrovia to pay keen attention to the deadly situation which occurred in Kinjor, Grand Cape County. Peaceful citizens' lives were lost, and some were brutally manhandled by the Liberian National Police while representing the interest of the BL Mountain Mining Corporation. And these are flagrant human rights violations which need to be flagged as justice is being sought. Due to the sensitivity of the police report, which could cause upheaval in the county and country at large, we are calling on the international community, that is ECOWAS, the African Union, the American Embassy, the European Union, etc., to see the need to immediately intervene by providing international independent investigators. We need a speedy intervention as the action by the police in Kinjor and their insensitive justification have the proclivity to undermine the high-end peace. I've contracted the services of a law firm and an international consultant to provide proper guidance and direction on the way forward during this critical period. As we conclude this statement, we want to inform the Liberian people and the world that BL Mountain facility or compound remains a crime scene and shall be subjected to a formal criminal investigation when a panel of independent forensic criminal investigators is appointed. Thank you, and thank you very much. So the statement has been delivered. We can take a few questions if necessary.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Domingo. I report for DTV Online and the People's Newspaper. With the Liberia National Police report claiming that those who got killed and some of those citizens that were involved into the protests, the shooting for the Liberia National Police were based on the excessive force being used by those citizens.
The report, we just intimated or expressed to you that people were shot in their backs. We also expressed to you that people were peacefully carrying placards. They were onlookers, they were bystanders. So I can tell you these people were deliberately killed. They were peaceful, they were unarmed, and they were innocent. So the justification of this report is very much insensitive. The services of a legal firm here and an international consultant in Europe, because our investigation or evidences in our possession point to the fact that Beer Mountain Corporation operate not only in Turkey but in the Channels Islands, somewhere between Normandy and France. So we have also hired a lawyer and we are going to file in our legal papers or being advised by this firm.
What level of confidence do you have in it? So I just want to know what level of confidence, on the leadership of President Joseph Boakai, what level of confidence do you have in the judicial system that your quest, will be adhered to and Joseph will be saved?
Thank you. So I'm one person who believes in few things. I believe when it comes to human rights issue or seeking justice, it doesn't need to be politicized. I also believe that the issue of education, the issue of security, the issue of health, they don't need to be politicized. So I trust the judiciary. As far as it is about legal matters, we will trust them, we will submit to them. This is not about President Joseph Boakai. This is about the law. So this quest to ensure that justice is served appropriately and justifiably is not an act of politicking. Rather, it is an act of engagement for justice to be served and for people to recognize that people were innocently killed.
So finally, Mr. Sherry, you were one of the key stakeholders in the past regime. Should Liberians trust your voice and now you are working on the speak to some AOC society? Why did you sit all along, understand that Liberians were still going through some of these things?
It's good that you try to reference me as a key stakeholder in the part government. It is important that you follow Elias Sharif. I came from advocacy, professional person that entered the government. I'm one of the persons who served diligently. You never used to hear about what they call TVET, Technical and Vocational Education and Training. I had the opportunity to serve and I transformed that sector. Now, if you can hear about TVET, it is because of the leadership that I used, that I projected. So for now, these people, they are people whose rights have been trampled upon. And their rights need to be protected. And let me say this before I want you to take another question. And this is why we want to recognize few other brothers or few other persons who engaged the Beer Mountain Mining Corporation. They led for the rights of these people to be respected, to have been valued. And let me draw a line of dichotomy here. For me, I'm clearly representing the interest of the victims, those who were killed, specifically Issa Masale and Ibrahim Kekula. I'm not here on a holistic front. Other people have their own level of engagement. Their own engagement was to take on Beer Mountain to do the right thing. My own engagement, that people, especially my people who were onlookers, who were bystanders, were indiscriminately shot in their backs while escaping the police use of brutal force. So we are representing the bereaved family interest. So yes, I have a very good performance. You know that. So you should be telling the public that I'm one of the best in this country. I didn't come in the government, and I have 2 master's degrees, not as a boast. We settle ourselves. We work with the records before the national M&E officer before taking office. So we work prudently and we serve the Liberian people. So the Liberian people can trust my record. The name Elias Sharif is a name of diplomatic understanding, a name of commitment, and a serious minded presence. So those who know that I'm involved with, they know I'm not joking. And we are representing the interests of our people.
Yes, so my name is Jenny Kemoka. I'm from Grand Cape Mount County. Mr. Elias Sharif. How well can the people of Cape Mount trust this advocacy that you just started? Remember, since the company entered in Grand Cape Mount County, that's in 2013, there have been a lot of advocacy groups coming coming to advocate for workers, coming to advocate for people who die before employment, coming to advocate for people who die before their life can be insured. And you just coming up today to advocate for people who died during the just ended protest. How well can the people of Cape Mount trust you? How far with this?
So then, Janet, you have to create the historicity of my role in the past. Since you are from Cape Mount, and that's why you are part of this platform. Because I'm one person who engaged both civilly and also politically when I was in Cape Mount, where we engaged issues for the benefit of the citizens of Great Cape Mount County.
At the time you were in government,
at the time when I was in government, we also advocated for the people of Cape Mount. How did we do it? The Kinjor vocational school that was constructed. I was one person who supervised that particular project because I made a company to understand that you can continuously be hiring people outside of Liberia, not only Cape Mount.
Mr. Sherry, can the people of Cape Mount depend on you for
100%. 100%. So your question, I want to give you a retrospection of the role that we play, that it means that we can be trusted. Also with the company, I one person who led the supervision when the company was training people in Kinjor. When the company refused to pay for the driver licenses of those people that were trained, I stood in their neck and their throats, and they were all to pay 125 USD for 143 persons to get a heavy-duty driver license. So yes, I'm a trusted individual, and I will continuously proceed in the light of remaining steadfast, unwavering, and committed to ensure that these come to a logical justice. Yes, I can be trusted.
Finally, from my end, the issue of this protest all came about because they wanted a few things to happen from the MTA, but more especially for Deba Allen, who was the country manager, to leave. And there are rumors, they are being alleged that though the interministerial team that was set up that was looking job to suspend Deba Allen is still working in the confines of the B Mountain. Instead of attending meeting and signing document is dead to your knowledge, though it is alleged.
So, like I said, I want to be very much clear. I want to, again, restate my role. For those persons who engage the company for just benefits, for better living conditions, for the company to live up to its social corporate responsibility, we salute them. I can say they are on the right path to call for such. But for me, our focus is on the victim's family. So we don't want to create an approach that will overshadow the initial and positive engagement of those fighters. We will remain stuck because we are people that believe in directly sticking to issue. So our engagement here, whether Deba Ali is still working or not, or whether to my knowledge or not, I think those who are leading from the front of now wanting to see Deba Island to work and also want just benefit, we commend them. I think this question goes to them, and they can be the one to steer that affairs.
Yes, they might be the one, but that was one of the main reasons for the protest, because they wanted Deba to go. Finally, from my
So let me be clear. I just told you I support the protest. I just told you I respect those people from their own front. I don't want to conflict my role. I don't want to conflict my role. I'm being very clear. Read my lips. Those people who organize those initial protests, I want to congratulate them. It is the right. I expressed it here in Article 17 of Liberians to gather, to peacefully assemble, and to make request or petition. So if those people were calling for social corporate responsibility, something that I support, it is their prerogative to question the insistence of the company to have Deba Ali to still be working. I don't want to conflict my role. My own commitment here is to ensure that justice is adequately and appropriately served for the victims that lost their lives. And that's why you see me here with their families.
Mr. Sherry, my name is Edwin Melvin Joy, report for Voice of Liberia.
Thank you.
My attention is going to areas where you make a recommendation to government about the police commander to be disrobed and sent to justice immediately. How do you reconcile your recommendation to government to disrobe the police commander when earlier the police have come up with a release stating that they are not responsible or quote-unquote the riot that occurred in Kinjor, their police officers were right to have open firearms.
Thank you. The reason we strategically use an addendum, when we say additional, if you follow the police report, for also had the opportunity to have read the report, you will realize that the name Amos Williams was never captured in the report. And Amos Williams was the commander who gave the order to the officers to shoot. Police are now hiding Amos Williams. He served as commander on the operation, but they did not mention him in the report. And what they have done, they have even promoted him. That's why I said the newly promoted as deputy police commissioner. He's no longer in the PSG. Deputy police commissioner now supervising the Monrovia belt. So that's why I'm calling for his immediate engagement to be disrobed and also to be prosecuted, because it tells you that the police are being very much complacent of a particular crime and they are hiding things. So to you as the journalist and to the public, you read that entire report, the name Amos Williams is not captured. It is based on our investigation, based on our own connections, based on how we can explore the path of making things to happen. That's how we were able to uncover the name Amos Williams, who gave the instruction, who gave the order for people to have been shot at, and those people were killed. Armless. Yes, armless. Unarmed. Peaceful and innocent citizens.
Mr. Sheriff, in addition to my colleague question, you were emphatic and you just repeated it, that he didn't observe the rules of engagement. He did instruct his guys to open fire. Now, were you there? How did you get it? How did you know that he did instruct his guys to open fire on those unarmed civilians?
That's a very good question. So, there is something called protecting your informant or protecting your witness, right? When it gets to the point in the court of law, you will know how we get to know. But let me state, for what I have said here, the police are even surprised that the name Amos Williams, that it did not reflect in the report, is now being called by the Lions Sharif, who gave the order. So they are even surprised. So we protect our witnesses, we protect our sources, and when the time comes for those sources to be reviewed, we will totally take a stand. So for now, we are flowing as things come. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Folks,
we appreciate every one of you. I would say thank you. Justice has to
former
be
assistant
said.
minister for the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Malava Sharif, speaking on behalf of the angry protesters who family got killed in the Kinjor situation.